Hey guys, Novaexplosion, welcome to more Trails SC, second chapter. Arietta, welcome to the stream. I'm just diving right in. We are back. We're in Relent. It is very foggy. But yeah, we're here. I think we were looking for monsters, so I want to start by going to the Milchmain Road and finding that monster. Because I will do another once-over because I did not find it before. I remember trying to look for it at the end of stream and it just did not happen. We have a couple of side quests to do. And also, I think the ring side quest, I did a quick Google search. It is apparently... Did I take down starting soon? I did. Perfect. Oh my word, that's so foggy. But I did a little Google search and the ring thing is done at the Tower of Relent's region. So I think we will probably go do that today as well. And this is apparently the monster. I guess I just didn't walk on the road. I was so focused on searching the outskirts of the road. My headset's really loud. Wild Arms is like very quiet. I was playing Wild Arms yesterday and it's like quiet for the audio. So as a result, I have my headset on full blast. But if I have my headset on full blast when I play this game, it blows out my eardrums. Yeah, it seems fine. Do a flame smash here. I probably should have went to the inn before doing this, actually, now that I think about it. Because I didn't realize Chloe was so low on, MP. Oh, well. I think we'll be fine. Right, you don't have Aerial Storm anymore, or Aerial, whatever. You have Titanic Roar, though, which is cool. And every element works wonders on these enemies. So, I think what I'm actually gonna do is, I think... Ooh, that crit. Giving that crit to someone would be really nice. Because Chloe doesn't really have EP. She can't really make use of it. Just give this crit to Shara. Get this one over here. Flygon, welcome to the stream. I'm doing well. I didn't open my Coke. I try to open my Coke every time before, like, starting stream, and I just never do. Sorry about this. Apparently, I hate you all. That you have to hear that irritating sound. Oh, I can get a turn immediately after? Yeah, do this then. Ooh, this is perfect. I am going to give Estelle this crit. Get destroyed. Now the question is, which one of you do I hit? Oh, these things are weak to fire. I didn't realize. Yeah, just weaken you. Alright, we have True Barrage now. We don't have to worry about True Pummel anymore. It's kind of satisfying, not gonna lie. I could see that. Oh my word, that almost killed you. I was not expecting that much damage, although that was like 200 CP and a crit. Not too out of the ordinary. You're out of here. You're not getting that craft off. I use Seek. Seek doesn't hit in this game. Oh well. Whatever you're gonna do is probably gonna be really weak now, so it's all good. Bye. Actually, fire seems like the better play here. Snow breath, huh? Estelle. Whack it in the face. That did not do much at all. How much did it do? It did like 38k, or 3800, almost 4k. It was a crit stacked on with a 200 CP, which makes it stronger, so, I mean, it still surprised me, but, although, you know. I mean, for this game, that's a lot of damage. I've never really broken 3k in this game. The most I've done in this game before that attempt was like, I don't know, 28k. Or not 28k, 2k. 2k, 2800 was like the most I've done before that attack. This is what I wanted to do prior. And I didn't. It only did 1 damage, but it canceled your craft, which that was the play. Actually, Agate, healing yourself would be ideal, because if you get hit, you are as good as dead. I don't know why it feels like it's been so long since I played Sky, but it's been since Thursday, which isn't a super long time. It's because I didn't stream Saturday, that's why. When I was really supposed to, or when I wanted to. Anything impedes here? Oh, Dragoona Edge impedes. Nice. Giant Foot is mad. I never even noticed that was your name. Bum, 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 bum. I really should have healed before this. Chloe would actually be using arts. Ow. That hurt a lot. That also hurt. How is this not? You're literally right outside the circle. Are you kidding me? Interesting. I'm honestly going to do this, because I'm confident Estelle will kill with a normal attack. Yeah. Burn to the ground. Oh my word. Calm down. Chloe, this is what you're for. You're gonna revive Agate. Yeah, how are you enjoying Cold Steel, Flygon? I hope you're enjoying it. I mean, you're playing it after all the other Trails games, so I can only imagine that Cold Steel is one of those games where, I mean, you're gonna have a different perspective, because I played it first and you're playing it after all the other Trails games, which is the quote-unquote intended way to play. Let's kill you. I hope. Okay.
Care for a rematch?
Agate, I don't think they're gonna get up for a rematch, buddy. I think they're done. I think they've had their fair share of punishment there. I want to go back to Relent. And I do want to go explore the tower, whatever it's called. Is it called like Emerald, something like that? I forgot what the Relent Tower is called. Emerald or something like that. We're holding off on going to Estelle's house, at least until we knock out some of these side quests. Mostly I want to do this ring quest, and the Elise Highway one is like on the way to Estelle's house. So we'll get that done on the way to Estelle's house. And is there another side quest we have to do? Oh, this fishing one. I have no idea where this is. Oh, it's the Gruen Gate. It says it right there. Is it long? Because if it's long, I can hold off on it for a bit. They're all long. We can wait a bit for this one. I want to do this ring one because I started it. And also that'll get the tower knocked out. Malga Trail, I think, right? Wait, I can look at the map. It's Esmelas Tower, and it's towards the Malga Trail. Pretty fun. Put the tier list in the tier channel. Oh yeah, there was I did see a bunch of posts, a bunch of like spoilered posts, which I'm gonna be honest, I look at the Discord. I'm not super active on the Discord, but like, I mean, every now and then I check Discord, but like, I see stuff, but I'm very bad at responding, I guess. Just because I'm busy, but... no, 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 no. I'm very excited for the story in this game because Sky 2, how I pretty much feel about the game, it's been fun. I feel like the story, like, it's not terrible, but the story hasn't really gone anywhere yet. But what's keeping me going, what's a lot better than FC is the character interactions and Estelle's, like, growth so far. And as you know, if I had to choose, I prioritize story and characters, obviously. But if I had to choose, I prioritize characters over the story, even though I kind of prioritize both. I'd rather both be good. But if you're asking me what I prefer, like, of the two, I would rather the characters be interesting than the story. Obviously, I want both to be interesting. I mean, we all want games to be 10 out of 10s, but we don't get that. But the characters matter, because the way I see it is, like, why care about the story if you don't care about the characters, basically? Obviously, the story's important. But SC is, like, I mean, the first, like, 2 chapters were, like, fine, and then chapter 3 really... I didn't really say this before, but chapter 3 was, like, pretty good. I, like, enjoyed it. Like, it's starting to get stuff going. And then chapter 4, playing as Joshua, was pretty cool. So, I haven't been super vocal about it, but prologue to chapter 2, all fine in the story department. Like, the story was, like, it was a good, like, connection from FC. And also, I think the character interactions are a lot better, which is what's most important. And... Chapter 3 was, like, pretty good. I enjoyed it. Chapter 3 was, like, pretty good. Like, definitely, like, oh, the story's getting hyped now. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Everything with, like, you know, the tank was pretty cool, and then finding out, like, oh, Ren is Ouroboros and everything. Oh, it was pretty good. And then playing as Joshua in the beginning of Chapter 4 was really neat. So, at this point, if you would have asked me before, I was kind of like, oh, the story's, like, fine. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's fine. I'm enjoying the characters. But now I'm, like, I'm hopeful for the story, and I'm hyped, I guess you would say. Yeah, I hear SC is one of the pinnacles along with Azure. A lot of people's favorite games are Azure and SC. I also hear, like, Cold Steel 4 is some people's favorite, too. Can't say anything about Azure and Cold Steel 4, but SC could be my favorite Trails game. It's gonna depend on how the rest of the game goes. I might like this game more than Cold Steel 2. It's definitely possible. This game could overthrow Cold Steel 2 as my favorite Trails game, although I only played 4. So, you know, I don't have much to compare it to. Even though the gameplay in Sky is not my preferred, I would rather the characters in the story be amazing. So, depending on how Sky 2 handles the rest of the story and the cast and the character development and the arcs and stuff and the climax, I might prefer it to Cold Steel 2. Because at this point, I don't know, FC and Cold Steel are, like, tied. I don't know which one I prefer. It's really tough, because, like, combat and Cold Steel, I just like a lot better than Sky at the end. The pacing is similar in both, and the story, they have the same issues of, like, oh, they're build-up games, and the story doesn't get interesting till the end. However, Cold Steel's longer. Sky is not that long, but I would say I was more invested in the characters of Cold Steel in the first one than the Sky game. Well, in Sky 1, the only characters I was really, like, what's the word? Rooting for, I guess? The only characters I was, like, rooting for in Sky 1, like, oh, I'm super interested, were Estelle and Joshua. Everyone else was kind of, like, there. But in Cold Steel, quite the opposite. I actually wasn't really invested in Reen in the first Cold Steel game. It wasn't really until Cold Steel 2 where I started to get invested in Reen. To be honest. I was more invested in everyone else than Reen in Cold Steel 1. And in Cold Steel 2, I started to like Reen a lot more. Do I like Reen more than Estelle? I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest, I might end up... I feel like Estelle has a really good chance of overthrowing Reen as best Trails protagonist so far. And I hear Lloyd's also really good in Crossbell. Although I won't know until I play it, but you know. Cold Steel 4 is more divisive. I've heard some people say it's their favorite. I mean, I'm sure it's divisive. I have heard people say Cold Steel 4 is their favorite, though. Honestly, I feel like Cold Steel 4 would be divisive, right? It's like the culmination of all the games. Like, it's like the Avengers Endgame of Trails, from what I've heard. I don't actually know how accurate that is, because I never played it. So, I can imagine people being like, oh, we expected so much and it didn't meet those expectations, but I can also see people saying like, oh, it made all the other games, like, it made it worth it, you know, all the build-up, all the payoff and stuff. So I mean, I would imagine Cold Steel 4 is divisive for that reason. Like, it has a lot of expectations to meet and stuff, and some people might not meet those expectations, some it might. Anyway, let's do our typical tower expedition. Look, I'm a chest and you're a human. Our love can never be. Let it go, okay? Yeah, I'm out. The chest is empty. Your screams of disappointment resound off its wooden walls. It's gonna be a monster chest in case it is. No, it's not. A small spider skitters from one side of the empty chest to the other. It's actually kind of cute. Spiders are not cute. Spiders don't have rights. Don't you get me started on those critters. I've seen a surprising amount of hate for Cold Steel. I bet there is, obviously. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really read much of the, I don't know the fan consensus of certain Trails games. All the consensus I know of what people feel are in my YouTube comments. I've gotten lots of YouTube comments on, like, not a lot, but a decent amount on Cold Steel, and some on Sky, mostly Cold Steel though, because those playthroughs are like almost 2 years old at this point. But, that's all the knowledge I know of, like, how people feel about the games. I don't really go on the fan base because I haven't played all the games. I feel like I wouldn't. Most of the fan base is going to be, like, people who played all the games before Cold Steel, so I don't bother. But, you know. I have gotten, stuff about, like, oh, Cold Steel. I've heard people, like, not being fond of Cold Steel, but I've also heard stuff on the other side of the spectrum. It's definitely more divided. You'll find people who like it and find people who hate it, who like with every other game. Hey, Chloe?
We're good to go.
Good to go. Estelle's usually preferred over Reen, and Cold Steel 1 is preferred over FC. I can see... The only way I can see Cold Steel 1... The real thing about Cold Steel 1 where I think it's preferred over Sky first chapter is the fact that the combat is better. The combat in Sky is, like, again, it's not bad. Even Sky 2, I think the combat's, like, fine. The combat is not even what's keeping me going with this game. The combat's just, like, kind of there. It's fine. Sky 2's a lot better, by the way, with combat, but even still, it's still the same core fundamentals. But Sky 1, like, Sky in general, the combat's, like, it's there. It's not terrible. It's not, like, amazing. It's there. And I could see FC, it's really slow, so obviously if the combat's just there, I could see FC being more of a slog. However, Cold Steel's combat, I do like Cold Steel's combat. It's not perfect, but I do love it a lot more than Sky. So, I can definitely see Cold Steel 1 being easier to go through because the combat's a lot better. That's partially what kept me going with Cold Steel, but also, like, again, characters were interesting enough. They weren't, like, amazing, but they were interesting enough. I was interested in their, like, dynamic. Because Cold Steel, minor spoilers, although not really, but Cold Steel, the whole Class 7 thing, their dynamic was interesting, at the very least. Like, I just like the concept of them being a group. So, while the characters themselves weren't, like, amazing, I did like the dynamic, and I was interested to see where it went. Where Sky 1, it is mostly about fleshing out Joshua and Estelle, like, becoming bracers and their relationship building up, which is also good. Like I said, the one thing about Sky 1 that was keeping me going was Joshua and Estelle's relationship. And the other characters were just kind of like, they were there. They didn't really get a whole lot, but they're getting a whole lot. They're getting a decent amount now because, like, no Joshua. Which that reminds me, I like the story direction they're going here because, like, now this is giving the other characters more time to shine. The fact that Joshua isn't here, so I do respect that, the way they're doing this.